time is it? It is good morning still. It's 11 o'clock. I bought some yarn. And rather than just show you the yarn, I thought I'd catch you up on my projects. I have gotten some done. I'm not sure exactly how much since my last video. So I figured, you know what? Let's just catch up. I'll start with the new yarn. I went to Michael's specifically looking for Mandela, Lion Brand Mandela, because oh wait a minute, let me. You know what? Actually, because I'm using my. I'm blanking on it. Filmora. I'm using my editing software to record this video because it worked well last time, much better than when I just click on the little Windows camera thing. So since I'm just sitting here, I don't know, I just figured I would do that this time too. So let me show you. Where is it? It's the Cobble Hill Pullover by Lion Brand. It's on their site. It's a free pattern. And I was looking for a pattern specifically DK weight because I wanted to make a lighter weight sweater. This is a stretch for me because I made my sweaters, I've only made a few sweaters, but they've always been bulky. I think I made one super bulky years ago. But other than that, I've been doing bulky number 5. What are you doing? Psst, psst, psst. Don't, just getting into my bag. Bulky number 5. And those are nice warm sweaters. But I live in Massachusetts. I'll probably still make those every now and then because we certainly have a need for them. But I also want a lighter weight sweater with a nicer drape and, so I started making worsted weights. That was the last one I made, was a worsted weight, and I really like it. And it's a nice warm sweater without so much bulk. And then I got the Malabrigo Rio. No, I'm mixing up my yarns. I got the Autumn Brew by Bad Sheep Yarn, and it's a lighter worsted. On my sheet for wraps per inch, it comes out between a DK weight and a worsted. I started making the sweater, so actually almost done. I'm going to show you. And I found that I liked the lighter weight. The drape looks like it's going to be awesome, and I just like the feel. So that got me thinking, okay, maybe I'll try doing a DK weight sweater because it's not going to be much different than that. It's just, I see people make fingering weight sweaters. Like, I can't imagine knitting on something so small. If I knit on too thin of a yarn, it's going to take too long to finish the sweater, and I probably won't finish it. That's my fear. But this sweater here that falls between DK and worsted, that knitted up faster than I expected. So let's try DK. So I went on the Lion Brand website, and I found this pullover. Let me see if I can just show you here. I could probably just pop in the picture there. Did I already? I may have already talked about this sweater. It's this one right here. And that is made with Mandela DK weight. I think all Mandelas are DK weight. I'm not sure. Lion Brand Mandela. This particular one is made in the Centaur, Centaur colorway. And I really like it. So that's what I went looking for. Michaels used to carry the Mandela yarn, and they still do on their site, but not in the store. I like that. I like that colorway though, so I am still going to get my hands on that. But for now, I bought this. DK weight, Karen cakes. These are Karen skinny cakes. That's the DK weight. Whoops. That's the color, so you can see it. And it's called icing. So I'm going to make, oops. Oh, I'm pulling the yarn out. I'm going to make my first one out of this. Also, that Malabrigo Rios Siri. I've talked about that before because that is supposed to be worsted weight and it's so close to DK weight. And then I was looking around online and I found some Reddit conversations and they're like, just treat it like DK. So I'll need 3 more skeins of that. And this is my first time making this sweater, if I like it and it turns out fine, that's what I'm going to do with that yarn. I was looking for something to do with that yarn, but I need to get 3 more skeins. Now, there may be a why am I blanking on it? The dye lot. There may be a dye lot issue there, especially with hand-dyed yarns. Sometimes with regular store-bought company yarns, but mostly with hand-dyed yarns. So what I'm going to do is buy 3 more skeins, and then what I'll do is I'll use those 3 skeins to do the ribbing, and then use the skeins I already have to make the body and see what I have left, and then maybe use the other skeins for the sleeves. I know normally they say, well, you want to alternate skeins all the way through the sweater because they're hand dyed and there can be, variances. I have never done that and I've never had a problem. I have seen examples though where people have. The dye lots are too different. It can be a significant difference. But where I'm not just alternating them because of the hand dyed, I'm not saying it right, I'm sorry. I can hear myself. I'm totally screwing this up. Even if it's the same dye lot, with hand dyed yarns, they say alternate every couple of rows. I don't have the patience for that. But this is a whole different scenario. This is different dye lots. So I don't want to just do that anyways. So I figured the ribbing can be different. The sleeves, because remember, it's not different like a different color. It's just a different dye lots. You may not see any difference at all. On the other hand, you may, like it's clearly the same color, but you can see the difference. Sometimes that can look good. Other times it's like, the placement's a little weird. So I need 3 more skeins. I want to make that sweater. So I'm going to work it out with my placements and so that it'll be okay. That's the bottom line here. So that's what I'm going to do with that, hopefully with this pattern. I have no reason to think this pattern won't look great. So far, I have had good luck with Lion Brand with their patterns. I made the bulky sweater, bulky number 5 yarn flag sweaters. I didn't put the flag on. I didn't do intarsia. I just wanted the basic pattern. And then I did the worsted weight flag pattern sweater without the flag. Um, they both turned out great. I've made some other little things from their pattern, so I have no reason to think this won't work out. So I'm excited about it. So that's what's coming with my new yarn. Now, let's look at what I've already got. Yeah, I'm deciding which one first. So I had to organize my yarn and my projects, and I did that this morning. I feel so good. I have to stop buying yarn. I have a couple of drawers allotted to my yarn, and they're getting full, and I'm not allowed to go further than that. Aside from that bag that I have of yarn I told you about that's going to go in a basket, I still need to find. So this went in my back bag. This is my top down sweater that I'm actually going to be working on later today. Wait a minute, let me grab it. This is being made with Cascade 220 superwash wool. The color number is 905. They don't put the actual color on the ball band, but online when you're buying it, it says the colorway is celery. And what I have so far, whoops, let's see if I can, I have about an inch, and then I can start the ribbing. Let me show it to you. It looks upside down because the needles are on the bottom, but let me see if I can get it to look like a sweater. Yeah. Oops, where's the cat? Where's the cat? I don't like backing up on the cat, right? So here's what I got so far. This is the neck. The neck's not going to be that wide. I got to pick up stitches to still do the ribbing on the neck, and then the sleeves. So I have I have about an inch on the bottom, and then I'm going to do 2 inches of ribbing. So this is just about done. And then I'm going to pick up the stitches around the neck and do that for what, an inch, I think, or so. And then I'm going to pick up the sleeves and do those. And then it'll be done. The body's almost done, and I just need to do the neck and the sleeves. I'm excited. Oh, and when I hold it this way, it actually looks like it could end up fitting. Then I do that, and I say no. I'm finishing it anyway. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so there's that. This has been getting most of my attention because it's almost done, and because I'm not sure if it's going to fit me, I really want to get through it. And if it comes out good and I liked the pattern, then I'll make another one checking my gauge so I know it will fit. And this sweater is also almost done. I feel so good. Guys, for those of you that have known me for a long time, have you ever seen me work on a couple of different, or even one larger project and actually finish it within a reasonable amount of time? I'm cooking right now, you know? So I get this in a tote bag. My son and daughter-in-law, for my birthday present, they put together like a little, I guess you'd call it basket, even though it's not a basket. And all my gifts were wrapped and put in this. I love that. So I put my sweater in it. It's a nice big bag. It's perfect for sweaters. And this one here, you've been seeing for a while. Oops. This is the one I'm making with Bad Sheep Yarn Autumn Brew. This is the one that comes between DK and worsted. So I just call it a light worsted. Um, the front and back are done. And now I have started the sleeves. Whoops. It looks good so far. I'm excited about it. Here, let me show you. Let me show you. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm working. I got this little piece here. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. The front and the back look pretty much the same, so I'll just show you one panel. Um, the only difference is that the front one comes down here because I'm going to put on the neck, and the back doesn't. This looks like nope, this is the front. This is the front. So the front and back are done. I'm just working on the sleeves now. And then what I'll do is sew it all together and put on the neck, the ribbing on the neck. And this is definitely going to fit. I could just baste it together real quick and actually try it on. But I just take the sides, you just hold them around yourself. You're going to know if it's going to fit. It's going to go around yourself. I laugh when people who are, how do I want to put it? They're all about the top down sweater. Like, there's no way I'm knitting anything that's not top down. And when they start listing their reasons, one of them is because you can try it on as you go, and you can't with the other, with the what do I want to say, knitted flat, the pieced sweaters, and that's actually not true. First of all, don't get on my soapbox, Pam. First of all, if you really want to put them together, to try the pieces together without being all time consuming and stitching them all up and stuff, you can baste them. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, basting is you take the pieces, the front and the back, say, and you put them together as if you're going to sew them together, but you don't sew them together. What you're doing is, how do I explain it? You sew them together, but your stitches are like this wide because you're just simply tacking them together. Or you could even put a few of the little clips on there and go ahead and put it on. It takes like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. Second of all, I have tried trying on a top-down sweater, and then even though it's together and you would think you could, it's not always that easy in the making like that. So I have to disagree with that one. There are different things about top-down and knitting in pieces. There are pros and cons to both. Knit what you like, but you shouldn't downplay the other one to justify what you're doing. That kind of irritates me a little when people do that. We all like what we like for our own reasons. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the other one. They both have their values. I really do prefer this, knitting and sewing them together afterwards, for many reasons: structure, stability. Um, and I like having smaller pieces to knit on. I'm finding the top down, and I remember I've only knit 2 top downs. The one that I knit before, the simple sweater by Tin Can Knits, I don't have it anymore. I gave it away. And the one I'm working on now. And I find knitting on the whole sweater as one piece cumbersome. I find it too much. And I know, because I remember from the Tin Can Knits one, that when you go to do the sleeves, you're knitting the sleeves in the round, and now you're turning this whole big sweater on your lap. It's cumbersome. Now, they're very popular. A lot of people do them. So a lot of people are comfortable with that. I'm just not. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I'm knitting one now, and I'll probably knit more. So I don't feel the need to make stuff up. And I'm not saying people are lying. Maybe they really believe that. Maybe they don't understand that you can base something together or tack it together. Or you know what? The same way that when I'm in the store and I want to buy a hoodie or something, and I'm not sure if it's going to fit, I hate trying stuff on. As a last resort, I'll go in the dressing room and try it on. I hate doing that. So what I do, and it has never failed me, and it works the same with the knitting. I don't have to try it on to know if it's going to fit me or not. You just take it, um, flip it over and hold it at the armpits. If I was in the store and it had armpits, but almost the same with this. And then I do this. How far does it go around you? And then you're going to know if it doesn't even go halfway, it's going to be too small. If it goes halfway or more, it's going to fit you. How far it goes depends on how you like your clothes to fit. Take a shirt that you really like how it fits. Fold it over like that so you got right like under the armpits, and hold it around yourself. Take note of where it reaches, how far it reaches around you. And then when you're out in the store and you want to buy a shirt, you're not sure if it's going to fit, you don't feel like trying it on, or if you're knitting and you want to know if it's going to fit, put it around yourself. Pam's helpful hint for the day. So no, that reasoning for top down really it doesn't hold water. It's okay if you prefer top down, but it's not because you can try it on and you can't the flat ones. No. Okay, so I did get a little bit on a soapbox. Here, let me just throw these in here because the longer they sit around, my cat's gonna come in. I got stuff flipping around here everywhere. Okay. So my plan is the um, I already forget the name of the sweater I told you I'm going to make with the DK yarn. See how bad I am? Damn. Do I still have it up? Oh, I do. Cobble Hill Pullover. I plan on starting that when I finish this one. This will come out of this bag and that will go in this bag. So I'm going to be starting it pretty soon. However, I am really putting a lot more time in that top-down sweater. I really want it done because I really don't think it's going to fit me, but I'm also not 100% sure enough that I want to get it off the needles and really see. Because if it's only a little bit small, I could probably block it out. I don't know though. We'll see. One more project. My my cowl. This is also almost done. And this I'm making with Making Tracks from Junction Fiber Mills. And the colorway is Vermont Vice. That doesn't help, does it? There it is. I wrote Iran. Erin, Erin. I do that all the time. I don't know why. I'm pronouncing that A. I don't know why. It's Erin. It says heavy DK on the label, and that's not true. It's Erin weight. According to my sheep, with my wraps per inch, it's Erin weight. And honestly, even just feeling it, definitely. What is going on? I never used to buy yarn and have it be so off, so different from what the label says. But it seems lately I run into it all the time. Sometimes it's close and you could probably debate it, but a lot of times it's way like, what were they looking at? Anyway, here's my cowl. Did I put in a marker? Something else? I don't remember. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm I'm thinking I'm almost there because I got 2 inches of ribbing. I do 6 inches of stockinette stitch, and that looks like I'm getting close. I'm going to measure it. I think that's getting close to the 6. And then maybe about another inch or so. Anyway, then I do another 2 inches of the ribbing, and then that's my cowl. So that's what I got so far. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, and it looks a little big. I feel better. I don't know, when I first cast it on, I cast it on the same way I did my other two, but for some reason it looked kind of small. I was a little nervous, but it's looking better. So, and once I finish this, I'm going to start a pair of mittens on my those flexi flips that I bought because I want to try them out, and I'm going to try them out on a pair of mittens. And I like to always have one small project. So once I'm done with this, those mittens are going to go in this bag, and I'm going to test drive those flexi flips. So that is what I have going on right now with my knitting. I enjoyed the White Mountains so much. And I don't know, I was really hung up on the colors. Like it's green, it's all green, it's gorgeous. I don't want to downplay that. It was beautiful. But the whole drive up there, once I got closer to the mountains and while I was up there, I kept looking and thinking, oh my God, in the fall, this is going to be spectacular. I just couldn't get that out of my mind. So I've already booked my 3 days, 2 nights in October, second week in October. That should be peak. You never know. It depends on how fast it gets cold. Sometimes it goes faster, but I figured that should be a safe timing, hopefully. And I'm going back. I really want to. I want to go back. I enjoyed myself. I liked it so much. And I want to go back in the fall when the colors are all popping. So I'll show you, even though I already made a video, you've seen it, but I'll show you in the fall again because I'll show you the colors. Excuse me. So, okay, I'm back. Didn't know I was gone, did you? I had to pause you for a minute. So I went to Cracker Barrel yesterday. Cracker Barrel is an old country store kind of restaurant. For those of you that are not familiar with it, I love it. And they have a little shop section to them where it's got all kinds of nostalgia, old nostalgic candy that we bought when we were children that I thought they didn't even make anymore. And there it is. All kinds of gift shop type things, you know. I bought a sweatshirt. It's in the drawer. I'll show you. I'll show you another time. Um, One of the things I grabbed, you guys know I love Snoopy, and they had this Snoopy journal notebook, whatever you want to call it. I just love it. I just love it. And both that and the sweatshirt was on the shelves that said buy one, get one 50% off. So I grabbed a sweatshirt in my notebook. Um, it's got, there's the front, right? It's the back. I need to get some, I got to hit this with some glue gun. This is plastic on the cover, so I can just do that. And I just love it. It's got Snoopy all across, right, in the little tabs. Like you open up at a Snoopy, and it's got the plastic. Where am I here? See, whoops, I was trying to show you, holding up. Other than that, it's the regular notebook with regular pages. Got Snoopy down here on the corner. I just loved it. What I'm going to do with this, it's funny because I happened to see this and I was looking for a notebook. I was going to go to Barnes and Noble and grab something like a journaling kind of notebook. I don't want it for journaling though. I don't think you'd call it journaling, but you know what? I'm not actually so sure of that. What are you doing? Oh, okay. She's into everything. She's so cute. I want a notebook that I can just, excuse me, that I can just randomly write in. Not like journaling, not keeping track of my life or my feelings or whatever, although I'm sure some of that will slip in there. I was watching a video. I should have saved it. I'm going to see if I can find it. There are two videos. I was watching one because I just happened to be looking for knitting podcasts and I found this. And then that also led to the other one. I'll see if I can find them and put them below. If I can't find them, I probably can find them. But if I can't, just do a search. I mean, they're out there. One was a woman, don't remember her name or anything. And she was talking about, did I subscribe to her? Because she talks about knitting. I think I subscribed to her. I'll put the link below. And she was talking about knitting and your brain. She's not a neurosurgeon or anything like that, but she's been interested in it for so long, like a real deep interest. So she's done her homework. And it was interesting and it made me feel kind of good too, as a person getting older, but it's never too soon to start. um, Knitting is, I'm trying to think, how do I want to put it? Alzheimer's, um, um, not, I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking on the word of memory, just memory loss as you get older. Whether how severe or not severe or whatever, we all have that concern as we get older. And apparently, knitting and any crafts, knitting, woodworking, any crafts where you use both hands, and if there's some crossover, with your hands, actually helps that. Um, they did tests, and I'm sorry, I'm not a professional, and I'm sure I'm repeating it all wrong, but you'll get the gist anyway. I'm not the stuff in your brain that sparks and gets going and lights up, that shows that your brain is working and functioning and getting its proper exercise. That goes crazy when people are doing crafts like knitting and all those kind of things. So we've got a leg up, guys. So that made me feel good. And because I do all kinds of crafts and stuff, and it's good to know while I'm knitting that my brain's sparking, doing its thing. And that led me to another video. I think it had showed up in the side or something from some guy. Maybe he is a neurosurgeon. Honestly, I don't remember. And he was saying writing, just the simple act of having a pen or pencil or whatever in your hand and writing does that as well. They did tests on college students, and they had some of them do what most college students do these days and take notes on their laptop. They're in their classroom and the professor's talking and showing stuff and doing his thing, and they're all typing out their notes. And then they had some of the students do it old school, paper and a pen, and writing out their notes like we used to. The students who used the paper and pen did better. And their little neural things were flashing, whereas with the laptop, they weren't. So I said, okay, I'm going to get a notebook. And you know what the funny thing is? I like to write. I like having a pen in my hand and I like write. I like writing. Most of my lists are on paper. My grocery shopping list is on paper. It's just because that's my generation. That's how we always did it. It's just second nature to me. But I've always enjoyed writing. I used to pen pal when I was younger. So so then I heard that and I'm like, I want to write. I got to start writing more. Now I did start a regular life journal, which I will admit I don't keep up like I should. Um, I don't have anything to say. I don't know. But I was thinking, get another journal that's not my journal. And like sometimes, say, when I go to Panera and I'm sitting there with my tea, I'd like to write. I don't keep up my journal. I'm not a journal person. I tried, but I'm just not a journal person. But like I said, I like to write and I do have things in my head. And I was thinking, I'm going to get a book, which I'm so happy to have found the Snoopy one. And when I feel like it, just when I feel like on my porch, a lot of times I knit, but I put my knitting down sometimes. I go to Panera or when I go to the river in the car, I'll put this in my knitting bag because I always have that with me. And I thought I would just simply sit there and just write whatever I'm thinking at the moment about anything, doesn't matter. It takes on a different feel and identity when I'm not calling it my journal, you know? It's probably all up here, but that's okay. And that way I will actually be writing. So between my knitting and my writing, and I do also do word searches, um, I'm getting older. I'm just trying to make sure my brain is getting its proper exercise because I do have a little bit of a fear of um, not really Alzheimer's. Doesn't it doesn't I'm gonna say it doesn't run in my family, but my mother's having an issue. So I did a little research, and it's not hereditary like people think. There is a certain one that is. Um, it's also rare, and no one else in my family has it. So I'm not panicking over that. But at the same time, I do have this fear. Not I'm not like overwhelmed by it, but it's just a little thing tucked in the back of my mind. Um, uh, 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 my cat is picking on me. Um, Speaking of, I can't think of the word. I'm blanking on it. I do that often, and that's what made me start doing my research. I'm happy to say that this is normal. I'm sorry, my ears, it's been itching like crazy. There's nothing going on in there that I know of. I don't feel anything, but I keep getting an itch. Um, where was I? Yeah, it's my level of it is normal. you do, as you get older, forget things. And then they come back. You're like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry, I don't remember the details. It gave examples of what it really is, what to look out for and stuff. And I'm safe. I'm just getting older, but I'm safe. So far, so good. Um, but I do have a thing about that. So I'm happy that my knitting helps. Um, and I'm gonna start writing more. I want to do all the little things to make sure that my neuros are lighting up. Stuff. For any of you that know and understand this stuff, I must sound like a total idiot because I know I'm not explaining it right. What are you doing? No, 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 no. She wants to get in my bags, and you know what's going to happen when she gets in there and finds my yarn. I'm going now. I'm done. How long have I been talking? 42 minutes. Okay, yeah. That's no. No, 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 no. No. I got to put these things away. They're in project bags to organize, but also to protect. um, that's it. It's Sunday. I don't know if I told you that. I don't know if it's important or matters, but I'm not going out anywhere today. I thought I would take today to just relax because I was out all day yesterday. I had a good day. I was out and about. Um, yeah. Today, well, I am going to throw on a load of laundry. Here it is. I have got housework planned for today. But I plan on spending most of my day sitting on the couch with my knitting because I just want to relax, drink tea, and work on my knitting. I was going to sit on my patio, but it's too chilly out. But I will be doing housework because I'm going to be throwing on a load of laundry, which it does its own thing, and then I just hang it up. And I'm going to wash my kitchen and bathroom floor, but my Roborock does that for me. I just on my phone. Um, and that's all the housework I have planned for today. So I can still be sitting and knitting. Isn't technology wonderful? I'm going. I'm going to upload this and get my lunch. I haven't even had breakfast yet. And no wonder my stomach's starting to make noises. All right. Well, I'm going to go get some food to get this uploading and sit down. I really want to get that sweater done. I want to get the top down one that I just showed you. I really want that done. So I think I'll work on that mostly today. Stay groovy. I'm going. I got my chair back. Okay. Let's try that again. Stay groovy.